Hello everyone and welcome back to AustinTalks, where today we are talking about Mandalorian Season 3, one of the best Star Wars Disney Plus shows ever. I think we can all agree on that. So I'm not going to really stall, so let's just get right into it. So, when does it take place? This gives me chills to think about because I love when things link. But we are now in actually the phase of the First Order, and this will be the season where we will make slight links to the Battlefront 2, the game, and the actual third trilogy with Rey, Finn, and all that. When things link in a lovely way, it's like a jigsaw puzzle almost, and it's really cool to think about. But soon enough, we will get to see, get the juicy stormtrooper raids that they love doing, and we will see them probably more in this season and in the future, like in other things like Ahsoka or something. Right, the new storyline. This season, much like the others, is completely different from the rest. We will be witnessing a season purely based on the home planet of Mandalore, but also going into the backstory of Mandalore and the people. It differs from the rest as most importantly bounties, which I loved about the past coming back to me storylines are like the best, because when now that may sound weird, like the past coming back to me, you know, when your past, like you move forward, then your past catches up to you. Those storylines I absolutely love, which is what we're gonna see mostly in this series with Mandalore and all that. And that's why I really like it, and I can't wait to witness more of this in the Mandalorian, because Mandalorian is probably one of the best Star Wars projects ever. It's not up there with Revenge of the Sith, it's not up there with the Clone Wars, but it's definitely one of the best. Now, Mandalore. Now, in not only the Clone Wars, but in the show too, Mandalore just looks stunning, but that isn't the only reason I bring it up. This season seems like it will spend most of its time on Mandalore, but the storyline will be linked here, and linking back to its seasons, pirates and big mafia people, I guess, which are basically pirates, have been the villains, and I do think it will stick to this way but there will be slight changes along the way, because of the way the aftermath of the last season, and then from other predictions. But like, I only say this because pirates and mafia people, I guess, are the big bads, and this is why a lot of people like The Mandalorian, because it's so different from what we usually think. People usually think it's going to be one of those series where it's going to be a big Jedi or like cult leader like Count Dooku, but it's not. It's all those mafia things. It's like what's it called? It's like the James Bond of Star Wars. I'm actually okay. Whenever Mandalorian comes up, he's going to be called the what do you call it? He's going to be called the James Bond of the of Star Wars, really. So yeah, so pirates are probably going to be the villains because they're like mafia people to an extent. Now, I stand by this. You can disagree if you wish, but I'm sticking to this. 2023 is Star Wars year. This year we seem to be getting everything. We seem to be getting everything Star Wars related. Mando season 3. We've got Obi-Wan Kenobi season 2 news. Ahsoka, Bad Batch season 2. Vision season 2, and the list goes on. It genuinely does. And after the Book of Boba Fett, they are now trying to expand the universe to as much as they possibly can. And though it seems like a lot, I have immense respect, as they are still keeping it divided and interesting. Because you can only go with a franchise, you can only go so far. But like, the final what do you call it? Like Rise of Skywalker, Last Jedi, and Force Awakens. That's a weird, newish, I guess, and it's so different that I have so much, but I have so much respect for it, because they didn't make it bad. They've made it so much better, and they say they're not going to make more movies, but it's still so good. He's up there with Darth Vader. I think that's just because the actor, he's terrifying. He's a cunning version of the he's like cunning and bad version of the Mandalorian, and he's a big power hoarder, as you can see, with like him with the Darksaber, and he's borderline Darth Vader level, but he's an unmatchable character. Like Darth Vader is an unmatchable character. But I can say this for sure, he's better than Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren was one of the biggest crybabies ever. So that's, I say this because, I mean, Kylo was not a good villain. He was never made out to be a villain. But Moff Gideon has got so much darkness in him, he has no good side. He's like Palpatine. Just saying. Now, why do I love this show? I don't think I've made this clear enough. I said this in previous videos, but it's so different than what we usually expect. When people said that they're gonna make series about like Star Wars, people immediately thought, oh, it's gonna be like lightsabers and all Clone Wars, but it excluded itself from expectations. And what's funny is, people absolutely love this show now, and that is why I'm one of those people who love this show. But Obi-Wan Kenobi, you see what they did with that one was very different. It was like clear, it was a backstory, and it was just, it was one of the best series ever. It's borderline Mandalorian level, but like OG comebacks with Hayden Christensen, who I didn't get to meet at Comic-Con. But yeah, I know one of my friends who actually got to meet Hayden Christensen. Lucky. So that's just why I love this show. Now, will it link to the upcoming Ahsoka series? As of right now, in this season, I doubt there will be any links other than maybe a cameo explaining or foreshadowing what might happen in the series. But Mandalorian likes to keep things to itself let other shows do their thing. That is what Mandalorian does. And they did this with Book of Boba Fett. They introduced Boba Fett, and look what they did with his show. Like, just doesn't explain it to you because it still leaves out the mystery. But yeah, it's still good. Now, will it be the final season? Simple answer is that has been confirmed. No. Surprisingly, a fourth season is already in development, and this can only mean that this will link to things like Ahsoka and the whole of the third trilogy. And this is a good because it's widening the great franchise that it already is, the beauty, and it's still finding ways to make it work. And it's just astonishing. I didn't think this would go on for 3 seasons. I'm going to be honest with you, but at the rate they're going, I think they could do another 4. But it's like a Lucifer type thing. It's really good. They can do what they want, and I'll respect them throughout the whole way. Just do not kill Grogu. Yeah. Oh, great. Fan theories. Okay, these seem long. This season will start to overlap with the third trilogy, so to suspect that we will have some First Order resistance isn't so far-fetched, but it will also be slightly different, as nothing in this series will link it to them, but it will link to the past, as so what we will see in more depth. That is not worded correctly. So the further is, I can't read that, I don't understand. Okay, that's 3. Okay, yeah, that doesn't make sense. Since the majority of the season is based in Mandalore, he will more than likely become the rumored ruler of Mandalore. Oh, I like where this is going. Since the multiple Mandalorians since there's been multiple Mandalorians on the throne, it invokes jealousy when Din Djarin knows that he is the better one. I don't think he's jealous, but he is the better one. No, I don't think he's jealous, but he's definitely the better one. And is shown throughout the season, it will end with him becoming the ruler, much like what happened Alright everyone, that will be the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know this is coming out before the week before, or the day before Gotham Knights. I will not be doing a video on it because that series has sent me doing a spiral of insanity. I will do a review on Gotham Knights though. I will do a review on the Gotham Knights series. I will not be doing a predictions because that sent me through a loophole of insanity, as I've just said. And we've got multiple videos planned for the next couple weeks, and yeah, and more stuff coming on Austin Plays. So be sure to check out that, and I'll be streaming more on my Twitch. So yeah, so if you all want to see that, always go and subscribe and leave notifications on. Other than that, everyone, I hope you all have a great and fantastic day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!